Everybody, and welcome back as usual, live again as my host, and we'll be just wanted to let you know, Josh is out today. He's flying back to Florida, so it's going to be me and Rich that are going to be trading live with you all morning. But we've been having a pretty good day. We had the earnings that did come out. Earnings are starting to come out. We have Delta that came out. We're going to check it out. We got a couple of nice little runners. This AHA. MA, what a really nice pop. My God, up 140%. I know some of you here that logged in a little bit late. We start here around 7:45, but there was a lot of support levels at this 8:45. Really nice pop up there to 1370. It's going to be on the watch list, and there are a couple of more. But before we do that, as always, let's talk about what happened yesterday, because yesterday on a Monday, we had some really, really nice movers. And if you missed them, don't worry about it. Every day is a new adventure at Cybertrade University. I want to start off talking about this EV TV. All right. So this stock was on our watch list. And let me bring it up here. Yep. So if hopefully everyone here, as usual, subscribe to our other channels. We did post it on X. We did post it on Telegram. We did post it on our alerts. But this stock this morning was a really, really nice mover, and it had a nice little pop. Here's pre-market. We're talking about $1 stock. It ran all the way up to about $1.13. Around 10 o'clock, it started making that big move. I went to $1.50, and then this is where the magic started. Right around the 2:30 time frame, this stock went from $1.40 all the way up to about 3 o'clock to about 250, after hours to 350. What a beautiful runner. So for some of us feel like you've chased the stock and you want to know if you chased it. Well, how do we know if we chased it? The only way we know we chased it is we've got to check the orders. Remember, here at Cybertrade University, we teach you something called the right of the chart, right? The right of the chart is where the orders are, which we always focus on, and we're going to cover that. And I'm going to show you a couple of more, because I know we have a whole bunch of new listeners, a whole bunch of new subscribers here. And obviously, it's always nice for us students here to always have that confirmation before we ever jump into a stocks. And there are a couple other ones out there. But what a great mover on that stock. And congratulations who jumped on it. There were a couple other ones. If you want to see a couple of brand name stocks, so some people feel like, well, I don't trade some of these stocks. No problem. Alibaba had a great run up yesterday at 9:30. This one ran from 156 to 166. Now, it was not on our watch list. It did come after, because I didn't see any pre-market activity. Like anything, sometimes we find these stocks that have good pre-market, and then sometimes it just program trading kicks in at 9:30. So this one was also a really nice one. A couple other ones. Silver. This just won't stop. Now, let me just tell you, I lost my patience yesterday, okay? I ended up buying it. I ended up buying silver. I own silver, the coins, but I had silver, the posh, but I ended up buying SLV yesterday. I think I posted in the Cyber Group room. I think I got in somewhere around here when it did this little slingshot right here, right around this 670, 670, right around there. So I got a little nervous going into the close. I'm like, oh my God, is this thing going up or not? So, silver, we've been watching it. And I was talking very heavily about it yesterday between gold and silver. Listen, have you guys been watching what's going on with on the financial stations, or even if you're, watching CNN or Fox News, whatever it is, there's a war going on with precious metals. Okay. There's a war going on right now of the AI market. Okay. So these companies need, apparently they need silver to build these computers and stuff. So, there's a war on, inflation. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Not a war, but you know what I mean? So these things are taking off. Remember, don't ever take things political. Okay. We use it towards our advantage of trading. Okay. So that's the big thing. You got to look at it. Like President Trump is having a war right now on credit cards. Okay. Do you think paying a 10% on credit cards is a good thing, if you hate his guts? You know what I mean? Or should we still pay 20, 30%? You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with that. But what it does is, you know what? I love the banks. The banks are doing great, but it could be a good short. it could be a good short if this thing comes into it. The more you hear about it, the better it is for you, which we all know, and we did talk about it. It's not going to affect us now, but a lot of tomorrow morning, you got Citibank, you got BlackRock that's coming out. Oh, that's another big thing. President Trump also talked about he is going to try to pass where, there's a big shortage on homes, right? So BlackRock is actually the culprit of all of this, the worst one. Even Goldman Sachs, I think, too. But they're going to stop that these big companies cannot buy homes because they're buying everything. So you can't compete with them, right? So you think he's trying to pass something where it could stop these banks. Not only they're going to lower interest rates, but they cannot buy, public housing. They can't buy homes, from people that are out there and hold as an investment. Now, this is terrible for them because they make a lot of money on it, but it could be good for you. But if you know what, as a trader, it could be a good short. We're going to keep an eye on them. We're going to keep a very close eye on those banks. But as of right now, they're not going to be affected with this earnings. But in probably the next 2 or 3, we're going to keep a close eye on that. Now, so silver is going back on the watch list. All right. SLV back on the watch list. It's been just doing absolutely fabulous. A couple other ones that we did pretty well yesterday, and sometimes they spill into today. CRWV was a very nice stock. A little on the expensive, crowd wave. The stock got destroyed. You could see it was up here in the $150s, $160 price range, dropped down to around the 60s. Great support levels, great moving stock. I don't know if you ever know what crowd wave is. I don't care. I don't know if you care about it, whatever it is, but nice little move. Is it too late to get in? Well, it's hitting December highs, so probably it is. But it was a good day trade yesterday. CRWG was another one we traded yesterday. That was another one that's the leverage, the ETF on that one. Irene is coming back. Nice move yesterday. I'm going to put this back on the watch list. IREN. Nice move yesterday from 46 up to 51. It's up a little bit at the highs, up 2%, 2.7% today. Not a bad move right there. A couple more that we had a really good trade also. So let me try to bang these out pretty quick because I know we're running out of time. There's the other leverage on the crowd. We always talked about that one. PL was another one that's going to go back on the watches. PL has just been moving up beautifully. Planet Labs, look at the long-term chart here. December was down right around $12. Then it got to 20. It's just breaking, HOD. So Planet Labs on the watch list right there. Up also moving up pretty nicely. I'm going to put that back on the watch list too. A little bit cheaper. Nice level one stock. Very slow, but also very good. OSS, another one. One Stop Systems was basically within probably 4 days up about 100%. It's up another 14% today. So this is why we like to go through the watch list that we trade yesterday. We're not here to sit there and, rub it in your face. It's just, this is how day trades turn to swing trades. Okay. This is how swing trades turn to option plays. All right. So you just want to always remind one more last stock on the winner side that we had yesterday, which I want to see if it's going to continue to move up, which it kind of is a little bit, but not really that much. But UEC moved up pretty nice. And the shorts. Let's talk about shorts. ANF. That stock got hammered yesterday. Is it a dead cat bounce? Probably not. ONDS. One more. Stock's been on a huge run up. 8 to about 14. It was down big yesterday. Big slingshot right at the open. So you know what? Game over with that. Now let's start going over and seeing what's moving this morning because there is a pretty good list this morning too. If you look on the right, there's been a lot of stocks that are looking pretty good. I'm telling you right now, I'm still going to hawk this OKLO. Okay. We made a lot of money on that trade. I made a lot of money. I made a video on that. I made 20 grand on that stock. Could have made 30, but I'm maybe still good. Might be considered a buyer. I want to see consolidation on that. NVIDIA is also another stock that's been one of our favorites. Hasn't really done too much, but it is covering right around the support levels. Delta Airlines did come out with earnings. I think they beat earnings or something like that. They just signed a deal with Boeing. They're buying a lot of their planes. They also, I heard they were talking about that they're going to really, really target international travel a lot more. Apparently, I didn't really know this, but 1 out of 5 people have not been out of this country. So, And you know what? They're trying to bring down the price so people can go to outside this country. So I think that's another strategy they're doing. Big fan of Delta. I know Josh is flying it. I fly. I love it. They should be paying me as one of their concierges, because or an influencer, because I love that company. Anyway, a couple other stocks also that are moving up pretty well. We got the silver stock that's moving up pretty well. That stock, you could see it's just moving up really, really nicely. This thing, I mean, I don't know where it's going, but it just broke all-time highs. Let me just show you the long-term chart on this thing right here. First of all, level 4, it's kind of difficult. We got a big iceberg order. It's just hitting here right around $80. It looks like it's just starting to take him out. You could see it right here. Look at the order right there. It's testing him, okay? 10,000 shares, a little refreshing going on with that one. So if you go back here on the long-term trade, I mean, I'm going back. I mean, we had to go all the way down to 2010 to even see this big rally. That's where I made a lot of money on my, I remember I was doing a lot of the trade shows where I bought my silver coins back then, but you could see it. I mean, we can go, I don't know how far back, I can only go back that far, 2026, but you could see it. This stock is just obviously just rocketing. All right. A couple other stocks that are moving that a big percentage gain. Aton, that was another stock that moved up really nicely yesterday, but it was like a late runner. It was an after hours. That's why she's up 140%. Aton, I'll put this on the B list. ATON. It's up a lot. Sometimes people get some profit taking. Let's see how program trading kicks in. AHAMA is moving up really nicely. That stock right there. Question here, Bill Johnson on YouTube. Any thoughts on copper? Well, I don't listen. Copper's moving with it, but that's I think I'm also a fan of copper, but I'm a lot bigger of a fan on gold and silver. Okay, Bill. This stock right here spreads a little big. It's up 130%. It's up a lot. It's probably category 4. All right, so we'll put this on the B list. AHMA. Orders wise, let's see what's got going on. There's a couple of orders here, 14 and 15. It hit the 15. It backed off to 12. So it's going to be extremely volatile. Be careful of that one. DCOY, this is a pretty cool one. DCOY, it's a pharmaceutical stock. Stock just had a really good push this morning. I don't know if this is an IPO or whatever, but I'm not really getting that much data on it. But that one's moving up really, really nicely. Xair, stock took a big hit from 5 all the way down to $1. It looks like it's testing this pre-market resistance levels right here. Let me see if the orders are still out there. Yeah, it's testing them pretty big. Look at that. It's getting up to that order right there. You see that order right there for 30,000? Oh, cha-ching, just took them out. You know what that means, fellow traders. All right. Xair. I don't know if anyone here in pre-market in the Cyber Group room got a piece of it, but that one's looking pretty good. Here's another stock up 48%, but it's up flat. Ugly chart, not really moving, even it's up 35%. EVTV, we already have that back on the watch list. EVTV, we're going to keep an eye on that one. That was a great winner from yesterday, but let's see how it pans out. Remember, when they go up too fast, that's when you got to get nervous. This one shot up and came right back down. We're going to scratch that one right there. Watts, what else we got? We're going to cut it right around 10%. This one, PDHY, this one looks pretty good. AI Corporation, this one, nice little run. We got resistance levels. A lot of resistance levels right around $8. So this one's not bad. PDYN. Spread, a little tricky. OSS, we got that back on the watch list and realized it was number 13. And let's check out losers. Pharmaceutical stock, not interested. When it gets crushed, no dead cat bounces on that one. This one, we know why it's down because it was up huge from yesterday. And that pretty much does it. Now, this stock has been moving up pretty nicely. UAVS, I know a lot of you traded here. One big issue with the stock right here, I'm putting on the B list list. Big iceberg order just showed up right now at 9 o'clock. Program trading, look at this order right there. You see that big red line right there? 67,000 shares. Unless this guy gets taken out, it looks like we're on, I don't think it's going to go any higher. So definitely be careful on that one. All right. Anything I'm missing I did not call out? Nick, hello. I'm getting a PC for trading. How much RAM does Bookmap allocate for you. You know what, Nick? That's a very good question. What you could do, Nick, is why don't you just email me at faustop@ctucorp.com, and we'll be able to kind of help you out with that, Nick. All right? All right, traders. In the meantime, listen, before we go, we're going to be back in about 15 minutes. If anyone here will if you're watching on social media, I think the best thing you need to do right now is take your phone, scan that QR code, and we're going to be here live all day. So you get to join us live. So you don't have to just join us in the morning. Next week, I'm going to be at the money. I'm going to be doing the Wealth 365. So we did post that link up there. So we'll get you registered, even if you click on that QR code. And one last thing, I am going to, hopefully in the next day or so, save the date. I'm going to be up in Toronto on the 29th at 7 p.m. at Mumu, okay, the brokerage firm. They got a big promo with them. I think you guys are going to be super stoked. We're going to be doing with them. So please look out for that. If you can't come online, you could definitely, you can't come on site. You could always, I think there's a limited amount of seats on the webcast. All right. But we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Me and Josh. Josh is out today. Like I said, he's traveling. He's heading back home, back to Florida. So you can have me, Rich, on the mic. All right, guys. Good luck, everybody. Happy trading. If you're watching on social media, click on that QR code and we'll get you in the Cyber Group room. We'll be here all day with you. Okay. Good luck, everybody. Let's make some money.